So, a big thing I see a lot nowadays is people want to become solo founders or they project that they are working on a quote side hustle. And it made me think about balance. And I wanted to talk about how I find balance between my marriage, working my 9 to 5, and also working on a SaaS as a solo founder. So, honestly, the truth is, if you're going to pursue a business idea as a solo founder or start a business after work, there's absolutely zero chance you're going to find balance, if I'm going to be honest. For me personally, I do not have balance in my life, and I'm totally okay with that, right? We as humans only have so much bandwidth that it's kind of impossible to maximize every endeavor in life. So, what I'm really getting at is there are trade offs to trying to start a business outside of work. You have to decide if the trade offs are worth it to you and what they actually look like, right? For me, most, if not all of my free time is spent towards my business endeavors and trying to get my footing underneath me. I don't really have free time every weekend to go hang out with the boys. And if I did, there's no way a business would be serious if someone was working on it 30 minutes to an hour a week. If I was to try and water every plant in my garden equally, it would be really hard to get outsized returns and be able to eventually leave my current job, right? So I think for most people, they're married to the idea of becoming free from their corporate job and starting their own business, but they have no idea how much work it's actually going to take. So, for example, I've spent 90 days now, almost every day, working after hours on my SaaS product, and it's failed so far, right? I don't think most people can handle that lack of reward and delayed gratification, if I'm going to be honest. It takes a certain type of psycho to want to go through all of that. And for most people, I would assume the pain of remaining at their current job is probably easier to bear than the pain of becoming an entrepreneur and giving your life to it. But, okay, right. But what if you actually do want to bear that pain and you do want to go through it to see what is on the other side? Well, what I'm thinking is on the other side is probably ownership, a big part of why us engineers build stuff in our free time. To see something start from a thought all the way to a real, tangible product. And that is kind of like entrepreneurship, I guess. If you debug the code enough or you debug your business for long enough, it turns into something really beautiful. And that is what I'm hedging my bets on. Being able to own something from start to finish and not looking at something like, tickets on a Kanban board and being told what priorities I have for the day. And not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just not what I envision for my future. So, like, am I crazy for wanting to go through this pain and potentially lose thousands of dollars and have made none? Oh yeah, absolutely, right. Because at the end of the day, the lessons I'm learning failing is so rewarding that I know will benefit me down the road when I do create something successful. And honestly, failing is not really a zero-sum game, in my opinion. If you actually reflect and try to learn from failures, you've picked up new skills in the process that will be with you regardless if you have money or not. Those things genuinely compound, right? This is another reason I'm having a hard time justifying spending my free time sharpening my hard skills, learning new frameworks or technologies that most likely will get abstracted away in the near future, anyways, with how fast LLMs are progressing. So, if I chase the hard skills route and get another job, I'll probably lose that job due to advancements in the age of AI, but also be around the same ability that I am current day in terms of utility in the economy. But like if I fail at being a solo SaaS founder, those skills I gain along the way are going to transfer to any endeavor, even with AI rocking the job market. And those skills will not come working 2 extra hours a week on my business. Those skills will only come if I'm putting a disproportionate amount of hours into the endeavor. And that's genuinely why I'm sacrificing so many aspects of peace in my life right now. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm in full control and will eventually be able to walk away from the game when I choose to. Working my 9 to 5 and putting in a couple hours a week to a side hustle will absolutely not allow me to exit the game when I choose to. I'd be continuing to let life kind of just happen to me. And I don't know exactly when it pays off. Could be a year, could be 5. But I do know that version of me on the other side of this has options that the version of me who played it safe never will. That is worth more to me than any weekend I gave up or any social event I skipped. So, no, I do not have balance, and I'm betting everything that it was the right call.